Forecast.
Hey guys, this is a weekly forecast for October 25th, 2020. I'm going to start off with the pairs I did last week. So this is the Aussie NZD pair, a monthly chart. Basically the outlook is still the same. We're still looking for longs because this downward trend line is weak and this double bottom long is strong. We're targeting this pivot high at 1042 or at least 0973. Okay, what happened this week? Nothing. Well, one thing that happened this week is that the way price is moving down here, this entire area is last week. Well, it's just kind of indicative of, to me, how price wants to go up, but it's getting kind of forced down in a sense. When it's forced down, oftentimes it rebounds very strongly. That's not 100%, but that is a tendency. Okay, because there were long trades here all week. But the way that price has fallen here is indicative of a lot of selling pressure that's kind of forced. Okay, so to sum up the Aussie NZD, we're still looking for a long trade, something strong. Some levels to look for. There's not much, to be honest with you. Well, we're at a trend line right now. Pretty nice trend line. Honestly, it kind of seems like these daily lows might be a place where it might go, just considering how much selling pressure there is right now. 1.0569. Okay. So to sum up this guy, the Aussie NZD is still in a long trend. We want a strong long to target at least 1.0968 and maybe even 1.1047. The places where possibly there's a long, now this is one of those things that you never know, things change every day, but maybe here at these levels right here, 1.0567. Okay, so just to be, I'm looking for strong long setups. Okay, let's move on to the USD-JPY. Okay, before we start, please subscribe if you like these forecasts. Yeah, I really appreciate that. Thanks, guys. All right, so oh yeah, last week we did the forecast on the yen. Really, the forecast was basically we're looking for targets long to 107 at least. Okay, the same picture still holds. But let's see what happened this week. This week. Oh, okay, right. Yeah, I actually lost right here. I was just looking for a little bit higher target up here to 106.11. I got this pullback, stopped me out like immediately. Anyway, so what's happening for the last 2 weeks is that, okay, this whole downtrend is losing a lot of momentum. Okay. Now, that momentum getting lost on the downside, it started from here on 1008. Okay, this price action here was a lot weaker than expected. Now, this long was okay. The thing is, so I was targeting here. So on this pullback, I was trying to long this, but it hit, this part hit a weekly target. I think it was, yeah, right there. Right on there, right on that target, and just fell right back down. Now that kind of tells me, when there's a strong trade long, right, and there's already weakness from the opposite direction, but the target is so weak it bounces off something like a weekly trend line, is that, well, this downward pressure is getting weaker from 1008, but it's still not as weak as we want it to be. In other words, this trend line, I mean this downward pressure Probably. I really doubt it's gonna get past these horizontal levels and these diagonal levels, right? But, but it might kind of just have that downward pressure for a while. But eventually, it'll probably go up all the way up to there and then fall eventually. Okay. So to sum up, the long-term outlook is the same. So we're looking for 107 or 109 area. And then we want to short it all the way down to 101.09 in the long term. So what I would stay, I'm going to stay away from the dollar yen at this point. Because it's really in that point where it wants to go down. I mean, it wants to go up and it's losing momentum. But at the same time, it still wants to kind of go down. So since I want to long this, actually, I'm probably not going to touch this week. All right. Yeah. All right. So let's move on. I'll do some new pairs. Oh, and follow me on Twitter if you want intraday trading signals. Okay. All right. So let's move on to maybe. Yeah, let's move on to euro. Let's euro yen. So Eurjpy. Okay, this is Eurojpy. This is a very interesting one. I have intraday signals for this one too on Twitter. Okay, but yes. Hold on, let me just remember. Okay, so this is more like a intraday forecast, right? Well, actually, it's intraday and long term, intraday and medium term. Okay, so price right here has got deflected down here. This long is very weak. So price before it reaches 127.02, it's going to probably dip down right down to 122.31 and then go up to 126.99. All right, so this is more like a medium term setup here. Wow, that looks crazy. Looks like a Gradius, the video game. Right, so if you look on the 4-hour chart, price is going to want to stop these guys out before it goes up. Okay, because there's always a tendency in the market, the weak traders, they get stopped out, you know. And I would assume, no offense, but weak traders will maybe be long right here. They'll probably stop it out. They'll probably come down right here to 122.36. So yeah, actually, if you have a nice short, you can maybe short this too, all the way to 122.36, but it's not going to reach 122. Okay, now whenever it reaches 122 or stops these levels out here, then you want to be long all the way up to 126.60. Okay, so it's a short then long. If you have a nice strong short trade, I would take that, but I'll only target up to 122.39, and from there, if there's a nice long trade, I'll long it right back up to 126.54. All right, so hold on. Let me sum this up. I'll sum it up on the 4-hour. Okay, so the euro yen is basically, you want to short a strong short right down to 122.37 to stop out these guys. And before 122, this level down here is hit, I'm pretty sure a long trade will set up. Okay, now you want to take that trade. Well, I'm gonna take that trade if it forms, and take it all the way to 126.45. Okay, that's like more of a medium term outlook. Okay. Yeah. Okay, that's it for today. This week's weekly forecast. Good luck trading, guys. Thanks.